It's nicknamed the Third Pole. Apart from the polar regions, these mountain ranges in northern Pakistan have more ice than anywhere else in the world. It is home to more than 7,250 glaciers. Despite the risks, many others living in high mountains refuse to leave. The village of Pasu is located at an altitude of 2,500 meters. The villagers are among the 7 million people living under the threat of glacial lake outbursts in Pakistan. The Ismaili Shiite community has been living here for generations. Although daily life in the mountains seems to go on without disruption, inhabitants are preparing for the worst.
The people of Pasu live in the middle of 4 glaciers. To combat the danger, we have formed different teams, including a search and rescue team, a first aid team, and a communication team.
Glacial lake outbursts and landslides have increased in the recent years. The threat is constant, especially for women who work a lot outdoors.
The people living in high mountain areas are the most affected. In summer, our water channels are destroyed by floods. This has a huge impact on women who need to wash their clothes or cook. They have to travel long distances and fetch water from the rivers.
Pakistan contributes less than 1% to the world's greenhouse gas emissions, yet it is the 5th most vulnerable country to climate change. An injustice that leaves many like Ali Qurban bitter. On the bank of the river Pasu, with 4 glaciers overlooking the village, his home is extremely at risk of being swept away in the event of a flood.
I spent my childhood here with my parents. I got married in this house. I had children here. So I decided that no matter what happens, I will not leave. Why should we suffer? The Western countries as well as China have set up large industries and polluted the environment. They are the ones who should suffer.
In Pakistan, a country of 240 million inhabitants, compensation for victims of natural disasters is negligible. The country is in the middle of a civil war on the front lines of climate change. These mountain ranges in northern Pakistan have more ice than anywhere else in the world. It is home to more than 7,250 glaciers. These ice reserves are melting due to rapid global warming and have become a source of adversity for the inhabitants of the province. This village, perched at an altitude of 2,100 meters, was partially destroyed by a glacial lake outburst. Floodwaters raged through the peaceful valley and swept away several homes in their path.
This was my brother's house, and the other one next to it was mine. There were other houses too. All of them were destroyed by the floods.
The village was hit in 2022 when historic floods submerged 1/3 of Pakistan and displaced nearly 33 million people, killing at least 1,700. The melting of glaciers in the region has accelerated by 65% over the past 10 years compared to the previous decade. A lake formed by glacier runoff overflowed and caused violent floods here, a constant threat for residents.
My orchard was right over there. This wall was at the end of my yard, and there was a lot of land in front. We grew vegetables there. Since everything was washed away, we removed the rubble from our destroyed house, put some soil here, and started growing vegetables. I was helpless. Everything I owned was destroyed in a few moments before my eyes, and I couldn't do anything. It was because of these glaciers and the water that our ancestors came to settle here and populated this land. But since 2019, they've been causing disasters. Instead of being a source of life, they've become a source of destruction.
Kareem Khan refuses to leave his village, but his wife and 5 children found refuge 90 kilometers away in the city of Gilgit. His son, who used to help in the fields, is now a salesman in a shop. The family is struggling to make ends meet. For Zubair Khan, this is the price of survival.
I don't think people will be able to live in our village for more than 5 or 10 years. It's inevitable they'll have to migrate. There's no possible future there for new generations.
We were happy in our village, but we were forced to take refuge here for the future of our children. In the village, we got everything from the land or livestock, but here we have to buy everything. It is expensive and very difficult for us financially.